Hello dear students. Here we are back in Adarsh online classes. This video is sixth part in the series of active and passive voice. In this video we are going to learn how to convert any simple active voice sentence in past simple tense into passive. I'll gonna teach you how step by step that how to convert any simple active voice sentence into passive voice sentence in present simple tense. Present tense we have read in our previous videos, so please check the videos if you haven't or need a revision. Let's take a quick revision here that what we have read in our previous videos. Here we are going to discuss only about helping verbs, which are the main part of our 5 steps. Now first is present simple. In active voice, helping verb is verb's first form in s or es. If our subject is singular, then we add s or es. Otherwise we don't need to add s or es. While in passive it is mr plus verb's third form. In present continuous, active voice helping verb is mr plus verb's fourth form, which is continuous form. While in passive it is mr plus being plus verb's third form. In present perfect, helping verb in active voice has have plus verb's third form, while in passive it is has have plus been plus verb's third form. Here let me tell you one thing, that in passive we always use verb third form, past participle. So here we have done our present tense, so you can check previous video related to this tense. And here we are going to learn all about past simple tense. So let's start by reading steps first. First step in the order of changing active to passive, which is identify subject, verb and object. How we can identify subject, verb and object I have cleared in previous video, so please check these videos. Now let me repeat it here again, that subject is our doer and verb is our action and object on what our action is performing. So after the first step, second step is swap subject to object and object to subject, while third step is convert main verb to verb's third form, because in passive we always use past participle. Fourth step, add preposition by. We put by before subject. And fifth step, add helping verb before main verb. So for this fifth step we are learning here, and we are going to discuss here more about helping verbs. Now let's start past simple tense. Now as I told you that to put correct helping verb is must in active to passive. So here we are going to discuss helping verb in active and passive in present simple tense. So in active it is verb second form. Here let me tell you one thing, that we are discussing all about simple sentence, not negative and interrogative, only we are discussing here affirmative. So in past simple, verb form helping verb is verb second form, while in passive it is was verb plus verb's third form. So let's start it with an example, which is the cat killed the mouse. Here you can see that we used here verb second form, so it is this sentence is of past simple tense. Okay, so now let's start converting it with the help of our steps. First is identify subject, verb and object. Second, swap subject to object and object to subject. Third, convert main verb to verb's third form. Fourth, add preposition by. And fifth, add correct helping verb. So let's identify subject, verb and object. As I told you, subject is a doer. So in this sentence, the cat killed the mouse, as doer is the cat. So the cat is our subject because the cat is performing the activity. and here object on what action is performing. So here action is performing on the mouse, so the mouse is our object, while verb is action. So here action is killed, so killed is a verb. Here we have subject, object and verb. Subject the cat, object the mouse, verb killed. So let's check out its formula. So you can see here the formula, which is object plus verbs helping verb plus verbs third form plus by plus subject. So let's go towards our second step, which is swap subject to object and object to subject. So here we put our object in the place of subject and subject in the place of object. Now let's go towards our third step, which is convert main verb to verbs third form. So we used here third form of killed, which is killed as verbs third form. Now fourth is add preposition by. So we put here by before our subject. Now as you can see that our fifth step is add helping verb, and we have to put here correct helping verb to make our sentence correct. Now let's recall helping verb in active and passive. So in past simple tense, in active it is verb second form, which you can see in our active sentence, which is the cat killed the mouse, because there is only used helping verbs second form as helping verb. And in passive we used here was verb plus verbs third form, as here the mouse is singular, so we are going to use here was. Now here we use the mouse was killed by the cat. Let's combine the sentence. The mouse was killed by the cat. Now here we have converted our active sentence in passive into passive in past simple tense. Now let's go towards another sentence to understand it properly. It is he made a very remarkable discovery last year. Here you can see that helping verb is verb second form only, so it indicating us that it is of past simple. So let's apply all our steps and rules and let it convert active to passive. So here according to our first step, let us identify subject, object and verb. Subject is a doer. Here doer is he, which is a pronoun. Now object is on what action is performing. Here our action is performing on a very remarkable discovery, so a very remarkable discovery is our object, while verb action, here action is made. So here we have subject as he, object a very remarkable discovery, and verb as made. Now let's recall our formula, which is object plus helping verb plus verbs third form plus by plus subject. So this is the formula of passive, while the formula of active is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus our object. So here let's go towards our second step. Here we put our object, a very remarkable discovery, in the place of our subject. Now we need to put our subject in the place of our object. So before doing this, you can see here that our subject is a pronoun, and I told you that if our subject is pronoun, then conversion will be like I as me, he as him, she as her, we as us, they as them. Here our subject is he, so it will turn as him. So here we put him in the place of our object. We put, while we are changing subject to object, then we change its subjective form to objective form. To understand it better, check my pronoun video. Now let's go towards our third step, which is use past participle. Here we put past participle made. Now fourth, add preposition by before our subject. Now fifth, add helping verb. So let us recall helping verb, which is in active verb second form, as you can see here in active sentence made only, and in passive it is was verb plus verbs third form. So in this sentence also a remarkable discovery is singular, so we're going to use here was. So here you can see we put here correct helping verb. Now let's combine the sentence by adding time adverbial last year, that a very remarkable discovery was made by him last year. We put our time adverbial in the last. So here we have done our one more example. Now let's take an exercise. So let's start. The first sentence of this exercise is Mr. Sharma planted all the plants. Here you can see that this is an active sentence, and here the helping verb is only verb second form. So it means the sentence is of past simple, right? So let us identify subject, object and verb according to our first step. So here our subject is doer, and in this sentence our doer is Mr. Sharma. So Mr. Sharma is our subject, while verb is always action. So here action is planting. So planted is a verb. And third, which is object. So here on what action is performing? Here action of planted is being performing on all the plants. So all the plants is a object. Now we put subject in the place of object and object in the place of subject. Then we put by before our subject, use verbs third form and put correct helping verb also. So let's see that its passive is all the plants were planted by Mr. Sharma. Here we put all the plants, which is our object, in the place of our subject, and subject Mr. Sharma in the place of our object, and use verbs third form as planted and put by before our subject and according to the plants, all the plants, which is plural. So here we use were. So all the plants were planted by Mr. Sharma. So let's go towards next sentence of this exercise, which is he clicked lots of selfies. Here this sentence is also past simple. So let us identify first subject, object and verb. Here subject is he, object is a lot of selfies, and verb, which is always action. So this is clicked. Now let us put subject in the place of object and object in the place of subject with using correct helping verb and using verbs third form. Now you can see a lot of selfies were clicked by him. So here if you notice that our subject is a pronoun and we change he as him according to our pronoun table, because we are changing here its subjective form to objective form also, while we are replacing it subject to object. Now here you can see the active or the passive of the sentence is a lot of selfies were clicked by him. Now let's go towards our third sentence, which is she finished her game in the morning. So let us do it with step by step, that how should you do. So first what you need to do to identify its tense by its helping verb. You can skip this also, but it's better to know it first. So here you can see that in this sentence we used only verb second form, so it means the sentence is of past simple. Let me again repeat that we are doing only how to convert any simple active voice sentence. We are not doing here a negative and interrogative. We are doing only simple sentences, affirmative. Now let's go towards its first. We identified its tense, which is not a step, but you should identify it in the starting. Now first step, identify subject, object and verb. Here our subject is she. And why our subject is she? Because she is our doer, and a doer is always our subject. And verb is our action. Here action is finished, so finished is a verb. And our object, here the object is her game, because on it action is performing. The action of finished is performing on her game by the subject, and in the morning is a time adverbial. Now here let's go towards our second step, which is swap subject to object and object to subject. So here we put her game, which is our object, in the place of subject, and subject, she, in the place of our object. Then third step, use past participle. We put finished as verb's third form. And then according to fourth step, we put here by before our subject, and correct helping verb also according to our fifth step. So in this sentence, her game is singular, so we are going to use here was only. So now the passive of the sentence is her game was finished by her in the morning. Here also our subject is a pronoun, so that's why we change its subjective form to its objective form, which is she to her. Now let's go towards the last sentence of this exercise, which is children flew many kites. Now here our subject is children because they are performing the activity. Activity is flew, so it is a verb, and they are performing the activity on many kites. So many kites is our object. Now let's put many kites, which is our object, in the place of our subject, and subject children in the place of our object. Then use its verb's third form, which is flown. Then put by before our subject and choose correct helping verb also. So here many kites is plural, so that's why we're going to use a verb. So here its sentence in passive in is many kites were flown by the children. So here we have completed an exercise of this tense. Now if you have any question related to this tense, you can ask me in comment box. I'll surely reply you. Now let's go towards an exercise as homework for you. So here you can see 4 sentences, which is your homework of today. Now this exercise is your homework, as I told you. In it, first sentence is he paid the bill last time. Rachna received the letter on Monday. Yash wore red suit in his brother's wedding. We completed today's duty. So it's your duty now to change these active sentence into passive. All the sentences are in past simple tense, and the method I told you that you need to follow here. While you are converting these sentences, make sure about our 5 steps and its helping verb also, which is was verb plus verb's third form in passive. So that's all in this video. Thank you so much for being with me. In the next video, we are going to discuss how to convert any simple active voice sentence in past continuous tense into passive.